Hi, I'm Larry Puckett. Today we're going to be taking a look at some new products from NixTrainz. These are 3 new stay alives that you can use to get over dirty spots in your track or dead spots in your track. Now, because I want to do a review, an installation, and then a test drive of the finished locomotive, this is going to be a long video. Consequently, I decided to break it up into 2 parts. So the video that follows will be a review, and it's going to run 10, 11 minutes, something like that. And then there will be a second video released on the same day, and that one will cover the installation and also a demo test drive of the completed locomotive. So please feel free to watch whichever one you want in whatever order you want, and I hope that you will enjoy them. So let's go ahead and begin part 1, the review of the NixTrainz Stay Alive devices, which he calls power bridges. Hit that little red subscribe button, and when the little bell comes up, click on it and click all. So, as I said in my opening comments, these are power bridges from NixTrainz. And he has Power Bridge 1, Power Bridge 2, and the Power Bridge 3, each slightly different. And they're all pretty small, so you're not going to be able to see anything way back over there. So why don't you come on in here, and you can take a look down at the tabletop, and I'll pop the bags open, and we'll go over what each one is and how much power they have to drive your trains through dirty spots and dead sections of the track. So come on in now and let's take a look. So once again, here we have them, the Power Bridge 1, Power Bridge 2, and the Power Bridge 3. So I'm going to open them up one at a time and we'll take a look at them. So let's pop this one first. Okay, so right there we have, this is a standard ruler, and here is the Power Bridge 1 against it. So you can see it comes in right here, a total of 1 inch, counting the entire shrink wrap coating there. And the capacitor on it here, it's rated at 1 farad. I unfortunately cannot read the voltage, but I can tell you it's probably around 2.7 volts because most of these supercapacitors that they use are. But they use some sort of a booster circuit in the board here, and it boosts it up. According to the literature that I saw in this chart, and you can take a look at it, these can go up to 16 volts. So it doesn't matter, I guess, that it's only 2.7. They're able to run it through an amplifier circuit and kick it up to as much as 16 volts. But what it comes down to is, with a high efficiency motor in your modern locomotive, you'll probably get as much as 2 seconds of runtime once power cuts off with these, and less if it's a less efficient motor and mechanism. So look at it that way. Now, in some of the information that I've seen, it does say that with the locomotive sitting still and the motor not pulling any current, it can power the sound, say, for 4 seconds. But if you got it running at a slow speed and it's a high efficient motor, somewhere drawing at about, say, 250 milliamps, these can run it for about 2 seconds, which is a lot longer than you need to get over a dirty spot on a track or a dead frog. Now, the important thing to realize about the power bridge is you can see it's got 3 wires here, a red, a white, and a black. And those are because these are designed to work with Loc Sound and Loc Pilot decoders. So ESU decoders. They should also work with Lens Gold decoders that use a similar circuit, and also with, I believe, the DCC Concepts decoders that use the 3-wire Stay Alive circuitry. And remember that the white wire is there to control the charging circuit in the Stay Alive device, so that if you're doing something like working on programming the locomotive, that you're not going to blow your decoder, so it's able to use this charging circuit wire here to control that and prevent that from happening. So, nice size. It's going to fit into a lot of tight places. The price on this, the MSRP, I believe, is $39.96 or something like that. I've seen these priced as low as $28, $29. You can look that up on the Iron Planet Hobbies website, ironplanethobbies.com, and also on the Streamline Backshop website, SBS, the numeral 4, DCC. So take a look at either one of those, and you can find prices on these as well as other information. So this is the Power Bridge 2. And basically it appears to be the same circuit board, but with the supercapacitor just located in a different arrangement. Okay, and on this one it does say that it's a 2.7 volt, 1 farad capacitor. So that's pretty good. You got 1 farad, and again, this circuit is going to boost that 2.7 volts up to something greater than 10 or 12 in order to operate your locomotive and to operate the sound circuits. Most decoder mobile circuits take about 5 volts, and the sound circuits require about 7 volts to operate. So that's why they're taking these 2.7 volt capacitors and boosting the power up. And as before, I'll show you now a chart, and you can do a screen capture. I'll tell you that this chart that I'm showing you came from the Streamline Backshop website. So there, that's for you. You can take a quick look at that, or do a screen capture and download it and keep it on your computer. That one's going to fit in also some very tight places, and as you can see, the supercapacitor is slightly smaller in this particular, in the Power Bridge 2, compared to on the Power Bridge 3. So it's going to fit into a little bit slimmer locations. And again, like the first one, it has the 3 wires. And you'll need to refer to your decoder information to determine where you connect these. Now finally we have the Power Bridge 3. And this particular one is the smallest of them, and it's slightly different than the other 2. And I'll show you how here in a second. So the first thing you'll note is this one here, the Power Bridge 3, is a lot smaller circuit board than that Power Bridge 2 and Power Bridge 1. In addition, the supercapacitors are much smaller. And the reason these are so small is this is a 2.7 volt capacitor, and it is rated at 0.3 farads. Now, one thing I didn't point out in the previous ones, these other guys, these are rated at 1 farad, and I think I did point that out to you. However, these guys here are rated at 0.3 farads, and you wire these in series. So they'll be wired together like this, and then connected to the stay alive circuit. Now, that's important because when you take capacitors and wire them in series, it gets complicated because instead of adding the capacitance, it's the inverse. So you take 1 divided by 0.3, the farad rating, of each one of these, which will give you something like 3.33 each. You add those together, and that gives you 6.66, and then you divide 1 over that, which gives you a value of 0.15 farads total capacitance. So these have a slightly lower capacitance than the others at 1, but still, you're going to be using these presumably with fairly small locomotives. You might even be able to fit these in scale, but at the very least, they're going to be used with fairly small locomotives with high efficiency motors. And again, you could probably get 2 seconds or so runtime off of these at, standard switching speeds, let's say. Just like the others, I'll show you now the chart from the Streamline Backshop website, and you can take a look at that. And you can go to their website and look these up, or you can do a screen capture and keep it on your computer. Unlike the other 2 power bridges, you'll note that this one has 2 wires on each end. So there's 2 wires to connect the 2 capacitors to the circuit, and then there will be 2 wires to connect to your decoder. But the important thing is that in spite of the fact that it only has 2 wires, it can still be used with LoCSound and LoCPilot and similar decoders. And they built something into the circuit here that allows it to operate with decoders that typically require a 3-wire stay-alive circuit. And you can also use these in regular locomotives that do not use the 3-wire circuit. Well, that's a wrap for today's video. Hopefully you'll be interested enough in these new PowerBridge stay-alive devices to watch the next part of the video, which deals with the installation and a test drive of the locomotive. But if not, that's fine. So until next week, have a great weekend and a great week, and I'll see you then with another video from the DCC Guide. Bye now.